Okay. All right. In-house Martha Stewart joining us. I love the Pinterest segment. So what did you find now? What's the board that we're seeing?
Well, we're just keeping with the Christmas theme, and we're getting people ready for Christmas, but we're not going to do the overload right now. So we're going to get you started with Christmas baking, because it's always good to, you know, start a little ahead so you're not left at the end of it with all this stuff to do. So today we're making chocolate fudge. Very simple. It's honestly a few ingredients. You pop it in and then you throw it in the fridge for a couple hours, and then it's ready. So I'm going to start with a double boiler. This means you're going to you just don't want to burn the chocolate. So basically you're going to put some water in a frying pan and then stick your pot at the top, and that'll heat it up. So we're just going to throw all these ingredients inside. Half a bag of chocolate chips. You want me to do the Nutella? A cup of Nutella.
How do you say it? We had this argument on the show yesterday, did we not?
Is it Nutella?
Nutella or Nutella?
I say Nutella. So we'll stick with that for today. So a cup of Nutella, you're going to add a couple tablespoons of butter. You don't have to put it all in there, it's fine. And then you're going to add the vanilla, and it's going to look kind of sticky like this at first. Whoops.
Okay.
You can use this spoon. Yeah, it's going to start melting and coming all together, and you'll see. Once you add a couple teaspoons of vanilla and then sweetened condensed milk. And this is what's going to make it a lot easier to stir. Yeah, and you want to add the whole can in there. So you're going to let this heat up, and you're going to keep on stirring it. So you don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan, because that's how it could burn. So you just want to keep on going. You might want to use this spoon. It's a bit bigger. Here, you could just stick that one down.
Here, I'll let you. You're good.
Okay. So you're going to keep on stirring this. It takes about, I would say, 5 to 7 minutes, depending how hot your pan is here. And it's going to be kind of gunky like this. But you're just going to keep on stirring and mixing it and melting it together. Now, once this is done, you're going to add it into a pan. Now, I found these little aluminum ones. They're just a bit easier, but you can use a regular baking pan as well. Just something that's a bit thick and has a little bit of a ledge. Really important step is to add parchment paper, because fudge is really sticky. Otherwise, you're going to be scraping it at the bottom of your pan, ruining your pan. The nice thing about parchment paper is you can just pull it out all together, and it makes it so easy to cut up the little squares. While you're stirring that, I'll show you our finished product over here, and I'll show you what I mean. Fudge looks kind of gunky because it does stick a little bit, so the parchment paper, you can see, you can just kind of fold it off and then cut it. And then this is our finished product. Now, what you can do to make it a bit different for Christmas, they suggest adding a little bit of sea salt on the top to kind of give it a bit of a salty flavor with the chocolate. Another thing you could do is add a little bit of fresh coconut or candy canes on top, you know, red or green sprinkles, just to kind of give it a bit more of a Christmas touch to it.
Now,
and then again, it
all comes down, because I mean, this is going to taste amazing, but with you, it's going to all come down to the presentation.
That's right.
Is that right? Because I know that these are eventually going to be wrapped up really nice and pretty.
Right. And we are going to do a full segment on Christmas wrapping and how you can take your treats to the next level and kind of ump them up a little bit so they look beautiful to put under the tree or to give someone as a gift, especially when you're going to those dinner parties. See, now your mixture is coming together. You see there's still a few chocolate chips, but that's almost ready.
And so this will go, we just put it into the...
You'll put it into the pan with the parchment paper, and then you're going to refrigerate for at least 2 hours.
So this will be ready for us tomorrow morning when we come in?
That's right, it will. Or we can have the ones that's already made. And it has like a bit of a nutty flavor to it, which is nice. And that's obviously from the Nutella.
Okay.
Yeah, so really simple, easy to do. And I mean, some fudge, my grandma's been making fudge for years, and her recipe is very complex. And you have to have it at the right temperatures. And, you know, it takes a lot of work. This one's super easy, throwing a couple ingredients in. As you can see, I don't even measure. I just kind of
get together. That's what happens when you see things on Pinterest and you talk to Melissa Lamb.